This work is called Papare, or protection. Protection was something I came up with when I thought about the connection that people seem to be having with these works. When I talk to people about the works, I talk about the connection between past, present and the future, and often people thought of their whakapapa or their genealogy, and they thought about people in their past, and they also think about people, their kids, their future. And then I thought about protection and how we're at present we're at a really, I believe we're at a really big turning point with the environment, the taiao, and ensuring that we are protecting what was in the past, the way things were done in the past, for the future. A pou is a marker. It's a symbolic marker of land. It's basically put in to mark the land and tell that people are using the land. There are different pous, like a pou whenua, which is to do with the land, or a pou tipuna, which is remembering something. And it's specific to Te Ao Māori. I also relate the pou to my other cultures, the Scottish culture, the Irish culture, the English culture, where there's markers. People have symbolically marked the land for thousands and thousands of years, basically since the start of humanity. People have marked the land in some form, whether it's cave paintings, cave carvings, or putting a simple rock on the land. When this form has been developed over many years, from a traditional form through to coming into the contemporary form that we see today, where it has been developed to relate and connect with people, with the land, with each other. When they're in a group, as you see behind me, it's as though they're connecting with each other in silence, and the height is added to it now. I like the fact that each, they're above, they're taller than humans, and that creates a sense of awe. I think this form is the form that I wanted when I started developing this work. I think that this is the vision, fulfills the vision of what I wanted when I started creating these works. They stand as guardians or protectors to connect and communicate for people coming and going, or people who feel they need something to connect with that is not necessarily in a human form. They have something special that I can't communicate, that people have communicated to me, but I can't. It's hard to describe. Yeah, so people have talked to me about the intimate connection they have and how it makes them feel that they want to connect with the land more, want to connect with other humans more, and there is a sense of a higher power or something as well. So, and they feel that it evokes a feeling of wanting to protect the land for future generations, whilst also reflecting on how the land was protected for future generations by people in the past. So the Australian hardwood, so the inspiration to get them this taller was when we on the island were affected by the Australian bushfires. Basically what happened was all the smoke and billowing smoke came and made a really eerie feeling, and it was the first time I really felt that this global warming was having a huge effect on nature. So, and then I sourced these because they had to cut down a lot of trees that had fallen over. I realised once I had carved one that the extra height and also the beautiful timbers, that this was the medium that I wanted to continue with. For me, it's really special that they are going back to Australia. I know some of the oldest artefacts in the world are made from this wood, and they're preserved, and it's when I'm carving it, it really speaks to me with that history. And then when I get to this stage where I'm oiling after all this work, it really sort of just comes to life. Australian hardwood lasts so long, and it's so hard to carve. It's like carving rockets sometimes. And then the beautiful grain that comes out, and it lasts really, really long. You know, the historical nature, a lot of the ports and railways of Australasia and Oceania were built from Australian hardwood. And there was a good connection when I found this product. It was due to what was happening with the Australian bushfires at that time, where they had to milk some of the trees for safety reasons. Yeah, so it's you know, and the background of this work is to try and keep our children, and to make it safer for our children. So yeah, there's a good connection there. They're going to be exhibited in Bondi in Sculpture by the Sea in 2023, and for the 25th anniversary there's going to be 60 of them in the Kau formation, which is it relates to protection, is often used in the haka formation now for the All Blacks. The All Blacks often use it as well. It can also be related to birds flying. It's a formation that the kuaka or godwit use when they travel all around the world, and it's a V formation. Yeah. I hope when people walk amongst these, they connect with either one sculpture, or two, or three, or four, or all 60 of them as a whole. I wish them to walk and maybe sit amongst them. I'm still fascinated by the effect they have on me. I still have a sense of awe and wonder about them. For some reason, there's a wee bit of magic when they're all together, and when I put the oil on after all the months of work, and then I start standing them up like I did this morning, I still, no matter how many I've done, I still walk away with a smile on my face, because I do love making them.